What's going on, guys? Doc here with another deck profile. I'm gonna do another personal deck of mine. I know you're sick of seeing it, but whatever. This Ramon's behind the camera. Say hi to the people, Ramon.
Do I have to?
Yes, you do. Hello. Look at that hand. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, a little too sensual there. So gonna go ahead and show you my current mutant build. It's not quite done yet, but it's pretty much there. Still testing some things out, but so far I've had good results with it. So first of all, we got 3 Mutant M05. Not me. Mutant M05. He adds a mutant monster from deck to hand whenever he's summoned, and also he does the. You can tribute him, banish a type of card from your hand or field, and then you summon from your deck a level 8 mutant depending on the type. We'll get into those later.
Kind of reminds me of Cosmos, the way they banish themselves and switch on from deck.
Yes, I actually thought about running them with Cosmos, but I don't think it'd work very well.
I mean, don't knock it till you try it.
I imagine a lot of other people tried it, and you don't see a lot of those deck lists online.
Hey, you might be one of them.
All right. We got 2 ST46. This is part of the deck that's not quite finished yet since I don't have a third one.
Okay.
But I will say, third one does seem a bit cloggy.
So this one?
To a degree, when I think about it, it does seem a bit rather cloggy for spell and trap editor because the spells and traps in this deck aren't quite good enough to be needing to run 3 of this guy. Like, the deck can run with 2, but you want 3, but deck can run with 2, and until they get better spells and traps,
You're just going to keep it at 2 for now.
I'll keep it at 2 for now. If I get a third one, I'll try it at 3. We'll see how that plays.
Alright, then let's go on to the next card.
1 Mutant GB88.
Okay.
He's not that great, but he's a little bit of disruption on your opponent's turn. He kind of throws your opponent for a loop a little bit. I used to run 2. Don't want to run him at 2. Barely run him at 1, but you know it's nice. It's nice to have the little mutants in the deck.
So you would side him out?
I would definitely side him out depending on what I'm playing against. Yes.
Okay.
Now for the level 8 mutants, we got 2.
Okay. 2
Mutant Beast. 2 Mutant Arsenal. And I couldn't find this guy when I was playing earlier, but I found him, and I guess I pulled him out for one of the tournaments, but I wanted to put him back in.
Okay.
1 Mutant Mist. So basically, Beast, whenever you tribute one of the little guys and banish a card, if you banish a monster, you can summon Beast. If you banish a trap, you can summon Arsenal. If you banish a spell, you can summon Mist.
Alright, how come you prefer these ratios? Are they a lot better?
Well, here's the thing. Mist is not that great of a level 8. So here's the thing. Beast, whenever your opponent activates a spell card, you can banish a card from your hand or field, negate that spell, and banish it.
Oh.
Mutant Arsenal, whenever a monster effect is activated, just banish a card on the board. So kind of like a Ghost Ogre a little bit.
Alright.
And then Mutant Mist says whenever a trap is activated, just draw 2.
I mean, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I mean, it's a draw 2, but I mean...
It's not good.
I mean, at that point, you running traps? Okay. Alright, and those are all the mutants, mutant main deck monsters that we have. And also they're all level 8, so if you want to try trade-in, I actually tried trade-in for a little bit, and it's not terrible, but it's not good either, because it's trade-in. But if you want to see how that plays, then by all means.
Alright then, let's go on to the next one.
Next, this is actually Ramon's suggestion, so you can play him for this. Triple Cypher and Gamma. Frame Gear Gamma, and 1 driver. I'm running another engine in the deck to recycle the driver. So the 3 Gammas are there for disruption, keeps the monster off the board so they can't link it off if I negate it with like Imperm, as opposed to say like Imperm and stuff like that. This is a very control-y deck. This is a very you want to go first deck because you're going to set a lot of back row. You're actually going to play traps and try to slow your opponent down until mutants get better stuff. So, but yeah, Cypher and Gears. I'm thinking about just putting in 1 beta just for the craps and giggles of it, but Ramon tells me that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't want to see him with that.
We'll see. 2 D shifters because a lot of decks like to send a grave, And this deck, you like to not send a grave. You like to banish in this deck. And you get the main deck all the floodgate cards that people normally side in these types of decks, which is awesome, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun watching the Grimace as you activate your D-Fisher, which you are running.
This is why you top deck Heavy Storm.
Yeah, so D-Shifter, don't be like me and forget that you have to have no cards engraved to activate his effect.
That hurts.
But yes, against Heroes, against Delavatar, against Virtual Worlds at this point, I imagine. Raid Raptors, anything that likes to send a grave, which is pretty much everything, Lich as well. It's just like, no. It's like, oh cool, you're playing Dragon Link? You're not now. It's like, oh, is that Collar Serpent banned?
So
that's unfortunate.
Really helps stop against the middle.
Alright, and here's the recycle engine that I'm running for the drivers as well, and also just in general because they're good. Nemesis, 2 flags, 1 corridor, 1 umbrella. These are really good. You special summon them by shuffling back a banished monster to your deck. He searches any Nemesis card in the deck. I really wish I had 3 of him. Only running 2 though, because 3 would be a bit cloggy, but he's awesome. Corridor gets you back one of your banished Nemesis monsters back to hand. Umbrella gets one of them in the grave back to your hand, so just in case something happens.
I actually like these reveals.
Yes, they're very good. They're good for linking. They're good for the Arch Nemesis, which you're also going to be running. And just, in general, they're just amazing. Speaking of Arch Nemesis, not a lot of people ask me, like, why am I running 1 of each? I would say why not, because they're awesome. 1 Eschatos, Arch Nemesis, and 1 Protoss.
I swear that card keeps stopping me every time.
You banish 3 monsters of different types to special summon him. And you can, from your hand, and also you just declare a type, destroy all monsters of that type. You declare a type on the board, destroy all monsters of that type, and your opponent can't special summon for the rest of the turn. If he doesn't destroy, that's okay because it has an also conjunction. So that means even if you don't destroy anything off that effect, your opponent still can't summon. And also they can't be destroyed by card effects, so they can't destroy themselves.
So pretty much you can just call it and it wouldn't even matter.
Yeah, and he does that for types, he does that for attributes, which is awesome. And so he's dark, so you can declare dark. He's a dragon, so you can declare dragon with him. If there's no other monsters on the board. So if you're playing against Dragon Link and they have no monsters on the board, this just stops them from playing. And not a lot of people agree, like a lot of people look at me and are like, why are you running both? And I'm just like, why not? Because they're awesome. And also, if you didn't notice, all the mutant main deck monsters are different types and different attributes, except for the little ones. The little ones are all psychic waters. But all the other ones, Beast is a Beast Earth, Mist is a Spellcaster Wind, Arsenal's a Machine Fire.
So literally all of them have a different type.
Different types and attributes, and the Nemesis do as well. Water Aqua, Pyro Fire, Thunder Wind.
So that's the main reason why you can throw in a lot more controlling cards?
Well, for the Arch Nemesis, yes. Now we're going to move into the spells and traps.
Okay, let's see.
Triple Mutant Evolution Lab. Very good spell. When you activate it, you can special summon a level 4 lower banished mutant. So you're going to special summon the little guys, get their effects. Also, it keeps the 8s out of your hand if they're drawing dead. It lets you put a mutant on the bottom of your deck and draw a card.
Also, he can just recycle?
Yeah, but it's only once per turn, unfortunately. So it's like a little bit of a worse Cosmotown is what I've seen it described as, but it's not terrible. I wish it was a bit better, but we'll see what the new support says that comes out in Blazing Vortex. 1 Mutant Fusion, really kind of want to put this to 2, but I'm not really, like, whenever I have it at 2, I usually double draw it or see it when I least want it.
So pretty much another block in your hand.
To a degree. So this says you banish cards from your field or your hand to fusion summon instead of sending them to the grave, like a regular poly. And also, if your opponent activated something on your turn, you can use 1 monster from your grave and 1 monster from your deck as well. Mutants, obviously. And it fusion summons a mutant monster.
This makes me think of triple tactics.
Alright. And then we got staples, terraforming, Monster Reborn. Gold Sark in this deck's awesome because you can banish one of the little ones and then activate Lab, special summon it. Like, you remember Cosmo days with Gold Sark. You're using it in mutants as well because you're banished into your deck. E-Telly as well. They're all psychics. So, you know, you're special summoning. Wish this was at 3. D-Fisher, it's at 1. Wish it wasn't, because it's amazing in this deck. Sorry about the different sleeve tier. I was running these in another deck. Regeki as well. Just all the staples in a banished deck as well as just a deck in general. Regeki is a really good card. Why would you not run it? Don't have lightning storms. I'm not that rich. And to be honest, they're a little too situational for me. So Regeki's better.
I'll still play it. A good card.
Also, Harpy's Feather Duster is a bit slow for this deck in the sense that the game has kind of sped up to where you're usually facing non-control decks. So if I did have a Feather Duster, it'd probably go on the side.
Okay. So pretty much, since that this deck is so controlly, it doesn't really need back row hate.
No, you are the back row. They're gonna need the back row hate. All right. Next up, we got traps. 3 mutant expansion.
All right.
Very good trap. Lets you add a. You can take 1 level 4 lower mutant monster from your deck, either add it to your hand or special it. And also, if a level 8 or higher mutant monster you control be destroyed by card effect, you can banish this card instead, which is awesome. And also, since it's continuous, you can use it for the little ones and banish off. You can banish it off their effects to get Arsenal out.
So I'll let you special any other small ones.
Yes, pretty much. Yes, it is. We got 1 Mutant Cry. This is basically a trap fusion spell. But instead of banishing, it shuffles from your banish or graveyard back into your deck to fusion summon. Only play 1. Playing 2 is a little bit cloggy. Definitely if you draw both, it's a little slow. If you do play this at all, you're going to want to play it at 1.
Okay. Oh, because you could just recycle it back in with the fusion?
Kind of, but also the fusion is going to get banish the monsters, and then that one, if you want to use it again, is going to put the monsters back.
Okay.
2 trap trick for the for just some of the other traps that you're running. It's nice. It also banishes, which is what your deck wants to do. So I'm actually thinking about taking these out, but I don't know. They're pretty nice. If I did
what would you side them for?
Keep these, well, I mean, we don't reveal our side decks here, Ramon. As per tradition.
It don't gotta be a side deck.
Next, awesome sauce macro.
I hate that card.
Macro, Dark Claw with a trap.
Oh my god, I hate that card.
Oh lord, but you play Dark Claw, you play Heroes, so I don't want to hear it.
No.
Yeah, macro. It's macro. It's like D Fisher, but better. So yeah. You like to banish in this deck. You get to main deck all the banish cards that everybody hates, so that's fun.
So stupid.
My new favorite card, my new best friend. Double Warning Point.
Honestly, that's really a good card.
It's an amazing card. I love it. Whenever a monster's summoned, you can negate the effect, and also it cannot be used as link material or anything. So even if you leave the monster floating, it's just dead, which is awesome because I hate imperming a monster and then they just link it off, and I'm just like, well, I'm screwed now. Thanks. Like our local Orcus player, when I have to friggin' imperm his Armageddon Knight, and he still finds a way to link off in the Anaconda. Sucks. And then finally, you're running triple imperm. Imperm's the ace card. Imperm's my ace card. You're just running a lot of negates. You're running back row hate. So, huh?
3 of them things.
3 of them things, man. Yeah, it's just really good. It's really nice. Like it. All right.
All right. Let's see the extra deck.
You know what imperm does? It's great. Extra deck time. Someone did not organize these the way I wanted them to. Okay. All right. Let's go. First, you're running double mutant synthesis. Actually, I have 3 in here. By accident, but I need to take 1 out. He's just great. If he's summoned, you get to pop a card on the board. Already good. Also, he just requires 2 mutants with different attributes. Also, if your opponent activates a card, trap, monster, or spell, at any point, you can activate his effect to make him unaffected by that card type for the rest of the turn, which is amazing. And also, if he's destroyed by an opponent's card, you can add 1 of your banished mutant cards from your deck to your hand, or 1 of your banished mutant cards to your hand. Sorry, I had diarrhea of the mouth there for a second. He's also psychic. He's level 9, so if you somehow get 2, True King, why not? If you want to run that, that's fine. But yeah, he's pretty good. I like him. Next, we got the Big Daddy. 2 Mutant Ultimus. He's basically a solemn once per turn.
The freaking Mechaba.
If you're, yeah, he's basically a Mechaba. If your opponent activates anything, you can banish the corresponding type from your graveyard or field or hand. So basically from anywhere except your deck. You can negate it and banish it, which is also nice because it doesn't destroy. And if it's destroyed by an opponent's card, you can add up to 3 of your banished mutant cards, a spell, trap, and monster, 1 each, from your banish zone to your hand. and you can only activate each effect once per turn, unfortunately. I like to be able to activate it up to 3 times because look at him, he has a bunch of heads. And also, if you don't know, he kind of looks like a N'Zoth a little bit from World of Warcraft, which is nice. Like N'Zoth. Next up, we go into Xyz. Hope Harbinger, you're running level 8s. You're running level 8s. You're running level 8s. I'd probably find a better level 8 than this to run, but you know, 2K for a little poke for game, not terrible.
I mean, has he actually helped you out?
No, because I usually just go into this guy. But yeah, they're nice. You could definitely also run Zeus if you want. He's actually in another deck that I have right now. But you could definitely run Zeus if you want, so you could like poke them for 2K with this guy and then go into Zeus, which is nice. Also, you could just run over any of their stuff with a 4K beat stick, which is also nice. And then he just negates spells. So if you have a bunch of back row negates, and a Hope Harbinger, you're pretty much done. Next links, got the link for standards, Boral Sword, Ophalusa. Why would you not run these? Also Avramax, because why not? You're not really. You're mainly looking to go into your fusions. So I mean, the links really don't matter except for one if you're running the sci frame stuff. So next cross sheet, you're going into fusions. Might as well get a little bit more extender there. Barricade Borg, you're running a field spell, so might as well get that back. IP Masquerena, because why not? She's good. And next, finally, this is the one that I'm running because of Sci-Frame gears.
Do you like it?
Sci-Frame with Lambda. I just got it today. Haven't really summoned it yet, but since the little ones are psychics, and they can banish themselves, or they can banish the other ones, it'll actually let you add Gamma to your hand, and then you can activate Gamma even if you already control monsters. So that's awesome. So yeah, I definitely see her coming a lot in handy in the future.
Gotcha.
And as per tradition, we are not going to reveal side deck because.
What's the secret?
The secret is stuff that I'm too lazy to actually put in the side deck. That's the secret. Yeah. Anyways, that's mutants. Hope they get more. I hope they get a lot better support in Blazing Vortex. They're already pretty good, not gonna lie, but they're just missing that little oomph card that they need. So, yeah, that's mutants.
If you had to give mutants one card, what would it be?
It'd definitely be a level 1, so I can run 1-for-1, and it would probably be something. That's actually a very good question. It'd definitely be something that would let you banish stuff easier. More disruption for the opponent as well, so you wouldn't have to be as controlly, or something that would help them OTK. I don't really
combo extender?
To a degree. I don't really know exactly what it would be since they're so weird already. I can't really put an effect into words, but I will say it'd definitely be a level 1, so you could use 1-for-1, and it would definitely be something that could either OTK or disrupt the opponent as a floodgate.
Okay. Any last words before we end up having to?
That's pretty much my last words, man. Get mutants. They're fun and they're cheap, and they might not be cheap soon, depending on what they get in Blazing Vortex.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
All right, this is Doc signing out, guys. Have a good one.